Welcome. We got some new Baron rules apparently, and I haven't really read all of it or anything like that. So let's go over it and see what exactly is changing. Because I feel like we just got a Baron change with the rally rules and whatnot instead of the soloing. And of course, obviously, the change from soloing to the rally rules was to combat the solo bots. But now the reinforcement bots are as big as they ever were, and they're still a problem. So I wonder if it's to do with that. Well, let's take a look. Where is it? Right here. Okay. No, this is not it. I lied. This is it. Okay. New feudal battle mode, Feudal Vanguard, coming soon. Prepare for war. The next feudal battle held on 11/5 will be a feudal vanguard. So this is actually next Baron. It's literally like that. That's it. Okay. Basic rules. All right. Well, let's see. You must use rally attacks to occupy a Vanguard fort before you can attack the District Wonder. Are these any different than the forts we already have? So wait. You must use rally attacks to occupy a Vanguard fort before you can attack the District Wonder. Meaning that you have to be in the fort before you can even rally the main Baron? Interesting, okay. Once occupied, a fort will enter pacifist phase for 5 minutes. That's the same. Troops stationed at the fort will automatically attack the District Wonder after pacifist phase ends. Oh! So, troops stationed at the fort will automatically attack the District Wonder after the pacifist phase ends. The fort commander can also initiate an attack during pacifist phase. Guilds can send reinforcements to the District Wonder after they occupy it. The rally commander who occupies the Wonder for the longest time will be proclaimed the Baron. This is okay, so that means you have to get in the fort before you can attack the actual Baron, like the side forts. I guess they're calling it Vanguard Forts now. It does not say that these forts actually have any sort of boost, so that's interesting. Let's keep reading. Okay, about forts. Numerous Vanguard forts will appear in the Wonders province 5 minutes before the Feudal Vanguard starts. Vanguard forts can be occupied when the round starts. Okay, so you don't have to wait like now for them to come out. It literally starts right at the beginning. Okay. Rally times for Vanguard forts are shortened to 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Okay, that's the same. Guilds must successfully defend the Vanguard fort for 1 minute to occupy. Okay, that's still the same. And I actually still don't like that. For you to have to defend it for 1 minute, it literally means that you have to only defend rallies that are already set on it. Meaning that if you're the last one to hit it, you basically automatically take it. So it's like, it's still going to be a battle of like, ooh, let me hit first, don't hit first. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like on one side, you want to get in there first because if you lock it, you can then go into the Baron. But if you go in first, and that means everybody else is gonna hit you, and your chance of actually locking it is almost 0. So it's gonna be some cat and mouse going on there. A guild can occupy multiple Vanguard forts, but at any one time can only send one army from each fort to attack the District Wonder. If the same guild has occupied the District Wonder before another army reaches the Wonder, the traveling army will immediately withdraw. Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. Vanguard forts will no longer be occupied and return to battle phase after the pacifist phase ends. Oh, okay. So essentially, the way that I'm understanding this, these Vanguard forts are going to pop up. It does not say that they have any sort of boost, so I guess that's out of the picture. So you have to occupy these Vanguard forts and actually lock them before you can rally the actual Baron and occupy the Baron fort. Now, I guess once you're there, then you have to defend the rallies coming from the actual Vanguard forts. It doesn't say that you can actually set rallies on the Baron itself, like the Baron fort. So it seems like now you kind of have to just sit there, take these forts, and then I guess it's not too clear whether, let's say that you go into a fort, one of these Vanguard Forts, you get hit, but then you take the hit, you actually defend it, and it locks, but it locks with like, I don't know, 1.7 million troops or 2 million troops. Does that mean that those 2 million troops would walk? Or will it actually allow you to fill up the rally before it walks? That's interesting. What it also means is that these bigger families with a bunch of rally leads are gonna have the distinct advantage, because the more maxed out players you have, the better and the easier it's gonna be for you to actually get the rallies that you need in there. But you know what I find pretty interesting in this whole thing and this whole change, because if you think about it, what is the purpose of this change? Like, if you take the regular Baron into account, like the soloing and whatnot, why did they come up with the rally? Well, they didn't want people using the solo bots and whatnot, right? So now you can't just solo, you had to rally it. So what exactly was not working there that they wanted to change? And the only thing that I can think of, and the only reason this would be there, it's because I think they're trying to get rid of the people that go into the rally barons, and what they do is that they send fake rallies, and you have to send a rally at them, because if not, they take time. But they have enough in there where a rally is going to be needed to knock them out, but there's not really like a full rally. It's just them. And so there's been a lot of people that have actually used that strategy to accumulate time over time while two sides are fighting each other, and then they just get so much time because rallies need to be wasted on them, even though it's a fake rally, that by the time the last hour and a half come around, they've accumulated so much time that then they can actually start pushing. But I'm guessing in IGG's eyes, they're thinking, okay, well, you're getting all that time and it's not really costing you anything. You're not using carpets, you're not using your troops, etc., etc. So that's losses for IGG. If you think about it, our losses is IGG's gain. And so if people are winning Baron without losing like that, I honestly feel like this is the way that they're combating that. So you no longer can win with fake rallies in Barons. You no longer can go in there with fake rallies and actually make all this time just because they have to send a rally at you because you can't be soloed out, but you have enough troops in there to where you can actually get some time up. So I honestly feel like this is it. I didn't think it was that big of an issue, but it's actually pretty interesting to see. And you know what's funny is that the SSQ Baron, which one was it? This one. That's exactly what happened. SSQ was fairly winning okay. They had two players, but then this player right here at the top, he just kept gaining 20 seconds here, 10 seconds there with fake rallies, and he just added up 10 seconds here, 10 seconds there, until at the very end, like an hour and a half, he actually started pushing. He started using the reinforcement bots, and that's how they eventually ended up winning by only a couple of seconds. But I guess now with these new changes, this type of win is not going to be possible anymore. I guess they changed name, huh? But yeah. Who actually benefits the most? Because usually when they do changes like this, it's to benefit LH. But I don't see LH really losing to this. At least not lately. So I don't know if it's just something that they noticed and they were like, listen, we're losing money because people are not using carpets. They're not using actual rallies and troops and things like that. So how do we combat that? So this is actually going to be pretty interesting to see it all work out. And I guess my biggest question will be this right here. Right here where it says, once occupied, a fort will enter pacifist phase for 5 minutes. Troops stationed at the fort will automatically attack the District Wonder after Pacifist phase ends. So, okay, now reading this back, essentially it's gonna be working like the same as those forts are now, except you don't get the boost. But I guess it does answer my question that I had, like, okay, what if you have 2 million troops, will you attack with 2 million troops? Okay, reading it back now, it does say it will automatically attack after Pacifist phase ends, and you have 5 minutes for that. So essentially it gives you 5 minutes to reload and make sure that people get a full rally back in there. So at the end of the day, it'll be kind of like 5-minute rallies. It also will be interesting to see if you can actually carpet these. I would imagine that you could, right? But you also won't be able to time, like, let's say somebody gets in there and you want to go ahead and send I don't know, a 208 at them, but your fort isn't in pacifist, or is still in pacifist mode, so you can't launch until that locks. So it's going to be very restricting. And of course, the players that are going to benefit the most out of it is like the maxed out players, right? The full astrolite, full artifacts, etc., etc. Those players are going to be pretty much impossible to hit out, especially if you're going one rally at a time. Like, they're just going to be almost impossible to hit out. Like players like me, where I have to use blast like 208, 055, etc. to have any sort of shot against players like that. Now, with these restrictions in Baron, it's gonna be even harder for me to be of any sort of use. So yeah, with every update, I've kind of noticed lately, with every update, outside of like the ones that are, you know, like just everyday things that they might update, but like big updates like Baron, artifacts, etc., it just feels like the, I guess, quote-unquote normal rally leads are just becoming more and more irrelevant. Like, even my account now, which is an okay account, but it just feels very irrelevant when it comes to like the end game stuff. Baron, Emperor, you name it, you know, stuff like that. Like, even since I'm full mythic champ, working on my artifacts, etc., etc., it just feels like I can't even compete. So it's like, why try to keep up? Because the game obviously is just leaving me way behind as far as usefulness for things like Baron and Emperor. Unless you're one of these maxed out players, especially with these restrictions, man, it's gonna be hard to hit one of these maxed out players. Because now, right, you go in there, and if you have a rally or two, you can send them all at the same time. Like, okay, you go first. Oh, bounce. Okay, here I come. 208. Because even though he's stronger, he probably only has like 2.5 mil troops in there or something. And if he took it in range phalanx, my 208 is going to destroy him and hit him out. Even though he's way stronger. But with these new rules, we can't time it that way anymore. You're going to need way more rally leads in guilds. And these maxed out players are just going to be impossible to hit out. So Baron is becoming even more limited as far as who can be useful. But yeah, I guess you can go to news, read it yourself, and let me know what you guys think. Yeah, it's making me feel like I'm becoming irrelevant, like as irrelevant as it comes as far as rally leading, etc. Like for castles, yeah, sure, because you're just attacking the front line. I mean, that can only get so high, right? But with feudal barons and stuff, which is where most of the fun is, like Dragon Arena, etc. Boy, it's becoming rough out here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this new update, because yeah, it's very limiting. And I guess the last thing is, how is this going to rotate? Is it going to be feudal Vanguard Baron, solo Baron, rally Baron, and then do it all over again? Or are they doing away totally with the rally Baron? I guess it's going to be the next question, right? Like, is this going to take over the rally Baron, the normal ones that we have now? Or is it gonna rotate like, okay, feudal, rally, solo, feudal, rally, solo? I wonder about that. I guess we'll see. But what we do know is that feudal is up next. So, yeah. Yeah. Like I mentioned, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Do you like the change? Do you not? I honestly feel like the only people that are gonna like this change are the maxed out players, because this heavily favors them. But yeah, appreciate you guys for coming through, and until later, bye.